Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Tia and welcome to TT's Urban Pantry. I today am canning up some pickles. I have pickles downstairs, but I went to the farmer's market and they had this cute little bag of these little pickles. And then I also have some peppers I'm going to do in a little bit after I finish all this. But I couldn't resist. It says it's a half peck. I don't know how many that is, but it filled up our little jar. I have 4 wide mouth quarts right here ready to go. So we're going to can them up. First thing I'm doing is dropping a couple of bay leaves into each of the jars. Bay leaves will help keep them crispy, as well as some of this Mrs. Wage Extra Crunch crisping agent. Another thing that I do to help keep them crispy is the night before, after I wash them, and sometimes I'll cut only the blossom end off. You always want to make sure you have the blossom end cut off. But just for easy grabbing and it was quicker, I just cut off both ends. And I put those in a little container of ice water and put them in the refrigerator overnight. You can, if you're doing like the same day type process, then you put them in the refrigerator at least an hour before you're ready to use them. But for me, I just did it overnight. I am also going to drop in a couple cloves of garlic. My brine consists of 1 quart of water, 1 quart of store-bought vinegar. This is white vinegar. You want at least 5% acidity. About 2 tablespoons of this ball mixed pickling spice. Also 3 tablespoons of my pickling salt. Here's the big box that I get. I just wanted to show you what pickling salt looks like. So it says pickling or canning, same thing. It's pure salt. It's not iodized ingredients, salt. But what I do is I actually take that salt and I put it into a little container. That way it's a little bit easier accessible for me than to deal with this big box. And then I just keep this in my pantry. And in addition to that, I also have in 1/3 cup of sugar, and I dropped in some garlic cloves and stirred that around, let it dissolve, and it boiled for about 5 minutes. So we're going to start stuffing our jars. These are washed. The cucumbers are washed. I washed them all up last night. I think we might need more jars. I didn't expect them to take up as much space as they did. You want to, I always like to kind of lay it on its side when I'm filling it this way. Helps be able to get it all in there. I'm kind of looking for a thin one. Just fit in that corner right there. And these will float, so push them down. Get them in there however you can. And if that doesn't work, you can always cut them. So got the cutting board there just in case I decide to use it. I also have some fresh dill here that I have washed and cut, and they're all ready to go. And we'll cut these a little smaller. I like to put the dill in after I have everything stuffed into the jars. pickles are really, really easy. For me, the biggest thing is finding the cucumbers at the store, because full disclosure, I really don't do good with my garden. It grows, it has no issues. I don't like bugs, and I don't like having to go out there and deal with the bugs. So I'm really bad about that, and I usually have my cousin come over and help me, or someone come over and help me, so I don't have to deal with the bugs. So I do better just going to the farmer's market. Cut that one down a little bit. I wish that we had the type of weather where we could visit the farmer's market all year around out here. So we actually got that whole half peck into 4 quarts. Now that everything is stuffed, we will put our dill in there. Push it down. When it comes to dill, you can add as little or as much as you want, or you don't have to have pickles with dill in it. If you're doing dill pickles, of course, but there are other types of pickles. I'm going to pickle some banana peppers momentarily, and because I really want to keep that sweet banana pepper taste in there, I'm just going to use a little vinegar and water. Maybe a garlic, because I like garlic. So we're going to push those down in there. It's the last of my dill. And we're done. Use our brine. We're going to fill it to 1 inch headspace. Bless you. The dog sneezed. Because I put the sugar in the brine, and honestly, this is the first time I've done a brine with sugar in it. It's usually mostly vinegar. It smells really good. It's giving off a real pleasant aroma. 9 times out of 10, the vinegar would have ran me out of here by now. Eyes would have been watering, probably would have been coughing. But the sugar kind of dilutes the vinegar aroma. I did not know that, so I will be doing that more often. We'll see how they taste. We'll see how they taste. I don't think they're going to taste worse than the pickles that we usually do. I hope I have enough for that last jar. And get those pickling spices all in there, and we will try not to spill anything. Just enough. Perfect. 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 There's 2 little pieces of garlic that I'm going to grab down in here. And Put our spices in there. And that's it. Wipe this down with a little bit of vinegar. Put your clean lids on. And your rings. Let these process for 15 minutes. Store in your pantry for at least 3 weeks. And you will have beautiful dill pickles. Thank you for joining me.